flash of lucidity will never abolish fate. I walked around in life like a drunken passerby. I do not hold anything. I have no lessons to give. Everything passes. The windows on the world are like the dreams of our childhood. We looked outside and we made up stories. There was this hope that behind the hill would arise a place full of adventures and joy. There was this overflowing imagination that caressed and nourished at every second childhood with its inner fire. The incessant playing game of children emerges from this imagination that generously irrigates every single instant of his life and dries out little by little. Thus, knowledge of things leads to a drought. When you know what's behind the hill, when you know there's nothing otherwise the departmental road, then we don't dream anymore. So the changing colors of the sky at the end of the afternoon do not influence games anymore. We no longer rush in the bathroom to run hot water or stir bubble soap. We sit, sadly, in a sort of frozen dignity, and we make a green tea without sugar, that we drink burning, without even tasting it. When my sister died during cremation, we were gathered with her husband and mine, and we went to the restaurant. We ate with a good appetite, which surprised me. It was a lovely day. The sky was at its most full of lights and colors, and my sister, who was a painter, would have liked to paint those colors. We went to pour the ashes into a hill where she used to set up her treasures, and I shed a tear. A discreet one, on this page of our lives that we're turning. It is very difficult to see your little sister. No one can teach us these things, and the society in which we are is afraid of death as its shadow. Thus, we are very much alone, faced with finitude. There are peoples who have realized that in this moment it is more important than ever to come together, all the living, to feel that we are a part of the whole, much larger than ourselves. We are a link. There's the cycle of the dead and of the birth, and all that is connected, and all that is good. But the individualistic West has reduced death to 30 minutes of solitary incineration. And when you leave the building, another family will attend its future ashes. It is very difficult to make sense out of such absurdities. To counterbalance this, their birth, which are great joys, of course. But when my daughter gave birth, I immediately wanted to call my mother, who was dead, and my brother, who had just died a few months earlier. This immense joy I felt as a grandmother. I could not share it with the two people who mattered most to me in my life, whom I loved most in the world. With my husband, of course. So I went for a walk in the garden, barefoot in the grass. The air was very soft. The flowers were fragrant. Spring has always been my favorite season. I thought of La Rochefoucauld's maxim, which says that the greatest joys in life never arrive or arrive too late. But I did not want to resign myself to such observation. I prayed. Yes, prayed, as in my childhood, addressing a sign to my mother and my brother, taking them as a witness of my joy of becoming grandmother. This was only a beginning. Fortunately, my daughter had 3 children. and each birth was like a new treat, succeeding to death that had darkened our most recent years. The author François Bot says that the history of an existence is that of its depopulation. Faced with this, I can only urge everyone to live fully, to go down to the south in the summer, to bathe in the sea, to fully enjoy the sweet acidity of a fruit, to contemplate beauty, to admire human constructions, to celebrate nature, to pass music through the filter of your own sensibility, and to invent your present at every moment.